Hi, welcome to this morning's edition of Real Lives. Hope you're well and enjoying the sunshine. I'm here today with Laurence Mumford. We're going to find out a little bit about him. That is the Laurence Mumford, aka the world's fastest Christmas tree. I think that's right, isn't it? Is that your official title?
That is the world's fastest marathon running Christmas tree.
There you go. Well, it's a privilege to speak to you. So that leads me on to a couple of questions. This one is obvious for you in that context. Summer or winter? What do you prefer?
Summer.
Okay. Surprising for a Christmas tree. Okay. Holiday abroad or holiday in the UK?
Probably abroad.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Who'd have thought that a holiday in the UK was an aspiration we could only dream of this time last year? And okay, thriller or action movie?
Probably a thriller.
Yeah, I am with you on that. I do agree with you. Yeah. Well, depending on who's doing the action, I suppose. Okay, so tell us a little bit more about yourself. We need some more information, Laurence.
So I am married to Jenny. We've been married for 28 years. We have two daughters, both in their early 20s. And we've been living in and around sort of the east side of London pretty much all our lives. At a church in Walthamstow. I used to live in Chingford, where my parents lived. And when we got married, we lived in Walthamstow, and then we've moved to Woodford, and now we live in Buckhurst Hill. So we've always been around this neck of the woods. Other than for me, 3 years I spent at a university down in Devon, in Exeter. But other than that, I've always lived around this part of the world.
Brilliant. Okay, so I guess you work around London. Can you tell us a little bit about your work?
Yeah, so I am a trained chartered accountant, although I don't really do that so much these days. I work up in the city. I work for a company called M&G, which is an investment company. I've been there for 20 years. So M&G manages other people's money and invests it in various things. We look after some individuals' money and some money from large institutions, pension schemes, insurance companies, that sort of thing. We invest that money in stocks and shares, and we buy infrastructure products and bits and pieces. So we've invested some money in a tidal wave project in Swansea Bay and things like that. So fortunately, I don't actually need to make all the tough decisions of where to invest the money, but I work with the customers, interfacing with them, making sure everything works well from their perspective. So that's what I do.
Brilliant. Okay, so it sounds like you get out and about and life's pretty busy. How are you coping with lockdown?
Yeah, not too bad. As I say, most of the time I'm in the office in London. Occasionally I have to fly to one of our branches that we have in Europe, but not that often. But most of my day is spent in meetings of various sorts with different numbers of people, various reports, information, and quite a lot of emails. So I found, in a way, with lockdown, it's not too dissimilar in a way. I have a study at home, so I sit here. Most of the meetings obviously are not real. They're sort of virtual meetings, but still connecting with lots of other people. Still can pick up all my emails, and there seems to be more of them than ever because more people want more information. So pretty much the day runs as it would in the office in a way. It is a bit different. And certainly I don't have to conquer the central line at 7 in the morning and 7 in the evening, which is a bit of a blessing. But other than that, no, it's not too bad. I guess it's nice I'm not on my own, got the family here. And we have a nice garden as well to get a bit of fresh air. So that does make it a little bit more bearable.
Good. So speaking of making life unbearable. What are your hobbies? How do you actually unwind?
So, well, as you've already referred, I do running, so that's what I get up to. I enjoy a glass of red wine as well, but most of the time to chill out, yeah, I'll go for a run, gets the heartbeat going, gets some exercise going compared to sitting at a desk all day, and clears my head and sort of gets me out doing things. So that's what I do quite a lot of. If you see me around, you have to get up early. I'm mainly up an early riser and get out for a run early in the morning, but you might see me pounding the streets around this part of the world.
Yeah, I can see you've been very successful actually at clearing your hair. Did you know that's what you said?
My wife decided because the barber wasn't open, she needed to do something this week. Yeah.
Yeah, so I also have done something a bit disastrous on my fringe, so you're not alone. Okay, where have we got up to? So you're a man of faith. You're a Christian. So how does that affect your approach to life? And in particular, some people would want to ask how it affects your approach to life when you work in the city. That's such a sort of materialistic sort of part of the workplace. It's quite it has a reputation for being enjoying the things of this life and sort of making money and being successful. So how do you square that with faith?
Yeah, I mean, there are a number of Christians in the workplace, many of which I know we do gather together from time to time for prayer and things like that. But you're right, it's a little bit different, certainly in the minority, I think, within the workplace. I think for the company I work for and my experience of the city, it's not all full of fat cats and people who are only out to make as much money for themselves as they possibly can. But certainly business is there to make money. That's its sort of purpose and its reason. And that does mean from time to time I find that there are some potential conflicts or stress points between the way I want to operate and work and what, to some extent, the company might expect of me. So you have to deal with those as and when you can. I think that first and foremost, you have to understand your responsibilities in the workplace, but you have to be honest and genuine to those. And I think integrity is a word that I come back and reflect on. And I think it's the little things as well that add up. So for example, if you go to the photocopier and you find some sensitive information there that someone's left, I would just put that straight in the shredder without reading it, rather than trying to sort of see if it could make some potential opportunity or advantage for me personally. So I think it's about the way you operate. I'm there to make the company successful. But I think it's about the way you go about doing that. And I think integrity is one of the big words that I would constantly use to reflect upon. As I said, there are other Christians in the workplace, and talk to them from time to time. That's always good. But how you are, I think, is what helps to stand out.
Thank you. Okay, before we go any further, I'm going to stop the clock because you just literally stop the clock before it bongs us at midday, because that might be a disaster. Okay, let's move on. So you're a member of Salway Church. If I walked in on a Sunday when we're back to normal, where would I find you?
So you'd find me probably towards the back. That's not surprising for a church. It always fills up from the back. But I sort of feel I got half a reason for that. I'm not the tallest of people, and I find if I sit too near the front, I have to crane my neck to look up to the speaker and the screen. So you tend to find me more towards the back, so that my line of sight is a little bit easier for my neck. I am part of the worship leading team, so occasionally, if you walk in, you actually might find me at the front on the stage facing everybody else. I'm not that sure that you wouldn't see me over the lectern, but you might see me there as well on a Sunday morning.
Okay, that's that's not me. I'll be glad to know. So,
No, there you go.
I'll
It
wait till
wasn't.
that's
It wasn't the
stopped.
bongs. It was my phone.
That's 1-1. Well done. Okay, well, I might have to have a play on a head-to-head to see who actually wins the interruptions. So is there anything else you do for Salway? Are there any other parts of church life that you get involved with?
Yeah, so because of my training as an accountant, I get involved with the finances. Fortunately, I don't have to do most of the work. A colleague does that, but I'm involved in the money and the finance side of things. And then during the week, on a Friday night particularly, you'll see me down at the church building. We're open, doing the work with sort of about 14-year-olds, the youth group there. So at the moment, we're running that in a virtual way, online, interacting with them, but in a more normal mode. Would be taking them either out to the 10-pin bowling or trampolining or something, or if we're at the church building, we'd be playing some games, some table tennis, maybe watching some videos, something like that. So that's where you'll find me during the week.
Brilliant. Okay, lovely. It's been great to talk to you. I just wonder in closing whether you have a motto for life that you could share with us.
Yeah, well, I've got two that sort of spring to mind when you ask that. I like things to be well planned, in control, and whatever. So one of my mottos is fail to prepare and prepare to fail, because I do like things to work out to plan. But probably a better one that I've used, I will use in the workplace with my staff, and I've used at home with my family as we're growing up, and I apply it to myself as well. It's just 3 words of learn, strive, and enjoy. And I think those are 3 things that I try to make sure that I'm doing, and I would encourage others to do as well. And I think, in a way, a good example of that is it sort of sums back up with my faith, and it links to my running as well. In the New Testament, the writer Paul wrote several people to encourage them, and he often wrote about runners as an example. So there's great affinity with those letters. And in one, he talks about the discipline of training and trying to know how to do things, and that's all the learning side of stuff to learn how to run as best you can. In another one, he talks about running straight towards the goal and the line and being focused and trying your best, so striving to get to that finish line. And in another letter, he talks about one day we will claim the prize which is ours through the gift of grace from Jesus Christ, that we don't earn it on our own, but we can get to that finish line through Jesus, and we will earn that prize and enjoy the benefit of being with God forever. So those are the 3 words that I use as my motto: learn, strive, enjoy.
Great. Okay, Laurence, it's been a pleasure to talk to you. Enjoy the rest of the rest of your week off.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.